Hello, I'm Maria. I'm an attorney in Portugal, and today I'm going to talk about these changes in the citizenship law. Today is the 8th of May of 2026, and as you all know, because you are searching online for every information you can get on is this new citizenship law in Portugal approved? Now it's approved. Is it in place? What's happening? So we will discuss all of that today here. I'm here for you. Okay? So, first of all, the citizenship law was discussed in the parliament, was approved. What happened next? It was sent for the president of the republic to approve it or not. The president of the republic did approve it, I believe, this Sunday. Okay? Approved it, but with some demandings. Some part of the law was sent to the Constitutional Tribunal to see if it was to have a fiscalization, if it was okay to be in place or not. The rest was approved, but it was not publicized in the daily governmental document, which we call Diário da República. Until it's publicized in Diário da República, it's not in place. The old law is in place. So what to do now that it's not in place, the new law? What can we do? So if you are in Portugal for 4 years and a half and you have the other half, you can always try, it's missing 6 months, but you can always try to apply for the citizenship while you are waiting for the 6 months, counting that they are taking too long to analyze all the requests. Therefore, when they will analyze those requests, you already have the 5 years in place. It's some way to go around it. Why? Because the new law says that the requests for citizenships that are already in place will continue with the previous law. So the 5 years will maintain. If you say, Maria, but is that really necessary? What are the big changes? Well, the new law established that those who are from countries that don't speak Portuguese, they need 10 years with legal residency permit in Portugal to apply for citizenship. They need now a certificate that they do understand. Maybe they haven't determined how they are going to go about this, but they are going to ask you maybe to do an exam, maybe to do a course about the Portuguese fundamental rights, Portuguese fundamental constitutional laws, the principles of the Portuguese culture, and so on. So besides the certificate of A2 Portuguese language to apply for citizenship, now you are going to have this new request. Is it difficult? No, and it makes sense. You are going to learn what are the big principles of a country in order for you to apply for its citizenship. So it does make sense. But you tell me, Maria, I don't want to wait 10 years. I don't want to wait 7 years. If I speak Portuguese, I will wait 7 years. I want to apply immediately, but I'm missing 6 months. I'm missing a year. Then apply now. Take advantage of the rule that says that the applications that were submitted will continue in place with the rules of the previous law. What's the worst thing that can happen? When you apply for citizenship now, you pay 250 euros for the application in governmental fees. The worst thing that can happen is when your application is analyzed, they say, well, when you applied, you didn't have the 5 years, so apply now and pay another 250 euros. Which we don't know if that will happen, because the truth is they are taking 3 years to analyze a citizenship application. Therefore, when they get to your case, you already have the 5 years. Okay? Now, it's important to discuss what are these changes? What impact does this new law have in you that is living in Portugal, that has an expectation of applying for citizenship in 5 years? And why do you think that expectation didn't meet its purpose? Let me explain that maybe it did, and you are visioning the wrong way, if I may say. Okay, you say, Maria, I'm done with temporary residencies. When I came to Portugal, I came in a D7, a D8, and I applied for a residency, a Portuguese residency. I got 2 years residency permit in Portugal. After those 2 years, I applied for renewal it was conceded, and I got 3 years. So after the 5 years, what was I thinking of doing? Applying for citizenship. And I ask, why? Well, because I want to be in the country without worrying if I'm spending 6 months, if I can go travel, if I have means of subsistence, if I have a proper place, a rental contract, a statement from the landlord, and so on and so on and so on. So my thought was, at the end of the 5 years, I apply for citizenship and that's done. Okay, I understand. You got that expectation. Did you ever heard about permanent residency? What is permanent residency? Okay, so when you applied for Portuguese residency, at first you had 2 years residency permit, and then you renew for 3 years. At the end of those 5 years, you apply for permanent residency. Permanent residency it doesn't expire. They suggest that every 5 years you change the card, the ID card, just to make sure that you have the same address, that you didn't change, you are married, you are single. It didn't change those main ID factors. The residency is there. You don't need to prove that you spent 6 months in the country. You don't need to send off documents. So the permanent residency has that effect that you are seeking on when you speak about citizenship. Citizenship is a passport. Why do you want a Portuguese passport? Most of our clients, sometimes they don't even need our Portuguese passport because they travel to the same countries with their own passport. UK passport, Canadian passport, US passport, more or less gives you the same. There's some changes, I know. And passport is different, I know. But with the permanent residency, you can still travel in the European Union. You can still go about. If you decide, Maria, I'm going to the Alps of France, like some client of ours told me, I'm going to work in the Alps of France because I love snowboarding. And that's what I want to do. And right now, I'm in a temporary residency. I cannot work in France. And if I do want to go to France now and work there, I need to apply for a temporary residency permit in France. Well, with permanent residency, you don't need to do that. You can go to France, you can work there. If you stay there for a couple of months and you say, I want to be here, you can ask the government of France to change your permanent residency from Portuguese to French. So that's why I'm saying maybe the permanent residency that you get after 5 years of living in Portugal gives you the same thing that you are seeking on with a passport. Just trying to explain that although the citizenship rules have changed, there are ways to go around it. There are ways to get your goals the same way you would with a passport. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I'm here to help, and I will reply to all your questions. Thank you. Bye.